Hey guys, I'm Layla. Welcome to Raid Lore Stories. So today's lore story is Wuzgar, who was my Twitch chat actually asked that I read his story. And you know what? This guy's really neat. I love this cool like fire blue flame skull shield that he's got going on here. I think that's really cool. I think Ray did a good job, adding in some of these animations, right? And he's got the same glowing blue fire here on his axe. So I would love to know how this came to be. The Gallon War was a time of great suffering for many Ogren. As the conflict played out, it led to the emergence of many factions and belief systems, all seeking to rationalize the bloodshed and secure the survival of the tribes. From the brutal fatalistic bone crushers to the unifying battle summoners, each sought to harness their unique abilities and philosophies. But few matched the level of arcane channeling achieved by the group known as the Blood Revival. Originally composed of Ogren shamans drawn from across many different tribes, the Blood Revival's core tenet was simple. Violence was not always destructive, and it could be used to serve a greater purpose. The Revival shamans had a unique connection to the Ogren psyche, able to harness the raw energy unleashed by the prodigious aggression Ogren were capable of, turning it to other ends. In particular, they could channel destruction to energies that could be used to heal their fellow Ogren. The skills necessary to utilize such magic were difficult to master, and the Blood Revival remained a few in number, but they probably proved their usefulness to the Gallon Pact. Ogren warriors could drive with impunity into the midst of the enemy, splintering shields, cracking skulls, and carving open torsos in the knowledge that doing so gave their shamans the ability to heal even the most grievous wounds. The original shamans took on apprentices. Foremost among them was Wuzgar, a young Ogren who had long yearned to join the revival. Enamored by the stories and rhythms of the battle summoners and burning with hatred inspired by the brutalities of the Red Crusade, he saw the Blood Revival as the key to victory. And his radicalism only increased when many of his tribe were slain during a Tolarian League attack. Wuzgar swiftly became a prominent revival shaman, attuned like no other to the potential that Ogren violence carried, and in which energies can be employed to restore and thus continue the bloodshed, creating a vicious cycle of destruction that devastated several Tolarian League armies. Yet despite Wuzgar's ferocity and the Blood Revival's efforts, the war continued to turn against the Pact. Wuzgar and his fellow shamans could not be everywhere at once, and as the frequency of losses rose, so the Revival's own numbers began to dwindle, something Wuzgar recognized as the cycle of defeat. After the death of his mentor, he assumed command of the last of the shamans, intending to lead them in one final effort to halt the ongoing Tolarian invasion of Peltas. But death amid the storm of battle was not to be Wuzgar's fate, at least not immediately. The Arbiter had been watching the efforts of the Blood Revival. She had become intrigued by their ability to heal through violence and believed such knowledge could be put to use in the future wars against Serath. As the Pact made its last stand, she appeared before Wuzgar and urged him to accept immortality through one of her shards. Wuzgar refused, determined to perish with his people. But the Arbiter showed him a vision, one where even the bloodshed of the Gallon War seemed small and petty. Ogren were slaughtered and enslaved by demon-spawned hordes in a conflict that set the whole of Teleria alight. The Arbiter showed Wuzgar he had a part to play in such a war if it occurred, and by doing so, his people and their skills would live on. Wuzgar grudgingly accepted. The Blood Revival would continue, a fact that, with time, even the sons of Tolarian League people might come to be thankful for. Okay, so something I noticed with a lot of these epic champs is whatever their names are tend to be like a group or a title, right? So it's kind of different with this is that technically, so what is Wuzgar? Wuzgar is a Blood Revival, and we have yet to actually see a champ named Blood Revival or just Revival or something like that. So they kind of detour a little bit from that, and then we see the Arbiter joining again, kind of offering some kind of ultimatum here, right? I'd love to know what you guys think for the lore story of Wuzgar. Thanks so much for watching.